What if the quietest endings concealed the loudest transformations? As April drifts toward its close, many people may assume it's simply a transitional phase, a gentle wind down before May begins. But this is no ordinary conclusion. Beneath the stillness, a hidden storm brews, one that doesn't rage in the physical world, but in the energetic and spiritual realms. April's ending is cloaked in quiet not because nothing is happening, but because something sacred is unfolding silently beneath the surface of our awareness. Those sensitive to spiritual vibrations are already feeling the tremors, waves of intuition, flashes of déjà vu, sudden mood shifts, and unexplainable dreams. This is not a time to dismiss these sensations, it's a time to look deeper. This closing chapter of April is not the final page of a book, it's the prologue to a new one. And unlike dramatic conclusions, this portal doesn't announce itself with thunder or lightning. It's a coded frequency, one that only those in tune with the spiritual currents can perceive. The stillness is not emptiness. It is the sacred pause before the breakthrough. You may be sensing that something big is coming but can't explain why. That's because this energy doesn't move loudly, it moves with precision, with quiet urgency. And when the veil lifts in May, what was once hidden will surge forward with undeniable force. April's ending is the soft hush before the divine roar. The overlooked power of April 29th and 30th. Have you ever felt something deeply significant happening on a day that looked completely ordinary on the outside? April 29th and 30th are those days. These aren't flashy dates marked by major holidays or cosmic alignments you'll see trending online. Yet, spiritually they carry immense weight. They act as a subtle but powerful energetic threshold, days where the invisible realms become more accessible, where the unseen becomes more real. Many people during these 48 hours report strange spiritual symptoms: intense hunger or loss of appetite, sudden dizziness, waves of euphoria followed by deep reflection, or the sensation of standing at the edge of something vast but unknown. These aren't random, they're indicators that you're crossing an unseen threshold. The energy during this window moves like vapor, impossible to grasp with the hands, but impossible to ignore if you're attuned. What makes this window so crucial is that it acts like an energetic compass calibration. The thoughts you think, the intentions you set, and even the emotional states you entertain during these days will ripple into May and beyond. It's not about forcing major decisions but becoming deeply aware of the frequency you are holding. Are you aligned with hope, surrender, and trust? Or are you dragging fear, anxiety, and resistance into the next phase? These days matter, not because the world will change overnight, but because you are changing in ways that will shape your entire trajectory. The miracle morning phenomenon. Something extraordinary is happening in the mornings during this energetic window, a phenomenon many are calling the miracle morning. It begins the moment your eyes open. There may be no alarm, no clear reason to wake up early, yet you find yourself stirred awake by something deep and unexplainable. You feel the urge to move, to write, to speak, to create, or simply to be. It's as though a forgotten part of your soul has returned and is ready to take the lead. These mornings are drenched in clarity. Thoughts that once felt tangled begin to unravel with ease. Ideas that seemed far-fetched now feel doable. It's a window of divine clarity that calls you to act, but gently, with precision and grace. This experience isn't reserved for mystics or spiritual gurus. It's available to anyone whose soul is willing to listen. These miracle mornings are not a coincidence, they are invitations. The universe is temporarily lifting the fog that clouds our inner vision and allowing us to remember. Remember who we are, why we're here, and what path is most aligned with our purpose. But here's the key: if you ignore it, you miss it. If you hit snooze, literally or energetically, you delay the download. These mornings don't wait forever. The door is open now, and on the other side is the guidance you've been asking for. Wake up with intention, and you just might find your miracle waiting on the other side of sleep. The meaning behind the silence. In a world that constantly equates movement with progress, silence is often mistaken for stagnation. But in the spiritual realm, silence is one of the most potent indicators of change. April's end has felt unusually quiet for many, not just in external events, But in inner momentum, projects stall, communication slows, desires feel paused. Yet beneath this stillness, something powerful is at work. The universe is not ignoring you, it's recalibrating you. The pause isn't punishment, it's preparation. This kind of silence carries weight. It's filled with encoded messages, healing frequencies, and hidden alignments that can only be received when everything else has been stripped away. You see, spiritual growth doesn't always come wrapped in storms and chaos. Sometimes it arrives in a whisper, in the hush of the soul, in the in-between moments where nothing appears to be happening. But everything is happening. You're being primed for something bigger, something that cannot be birthed amidst noise. This silence is sacred. It's the universe creating space for a divine download. Don't rush it. Don't fill it with distractions. Lean into it. In this quiet, you'll hear the truth your busy mind keeps drowning out. The message is not missing, it's waiting for you to be still enough to receive it. The illusion of being behind. There's a deeply unsettling feeling that can creep in during portals like this. The illusion that you're behind. You scroll through social media and see everyone else achieving, progressing, moving forward, and suddenly you question your own pace. But this is not the truth of your journey. What's actually happening is a moment of energetic tension, like the inhale before the exhale. You're not behind, you're being held in place so that when the divine timing aligns, you can launch with precision, not panic. Just like a slingshot has to be pulled back before it's released, you are being drawn inward before your breakthrough. The most profound shifts often require stillness before motion. Rushing now would only lead to misalignment. May is a month that honors precision. It rewards those who waited for the right moment instead of forcing their way through the fog. Trust that your timeline is different because your destiny is different. Your path isn't meant to look like everyone else's. You're not in a race, you're in a sacred unfolding. The portal isn't late. It arrives exactly when your spirit is ready to receive it. And when it opens fully, you'll realize that every delay was actually divine orchestration. Signs and synchronicities, trail markers, not warnings. Have you been seeing repeating numbers, hearing the same song everywhere, or encountering symbols that seem oddly specific? These aren't coincidences. During portals like the one we're currently passing through, the universe communicates in subtle, symbolic language. The signs are not meant to alarm you, they're meant to guide you. Think of them as cosmic trail markers left just for you, reminding you that you're not lost. You're being redirected. Repeating numbers like 111, 444, or 1010 are not warnings, they're whispers from the divine, echoing that your path is aligning in ways your logical mind may not yet understand. What matters most is how you respond to these signs. Are you pausing to reflect on what they're pointing toward? Or are you brushing them off as mere coincidences? When viewed through the lens of curiosity instead of fear, these signs transform into opportunities. They are invitations to follow your soul's nudges, explore something new, and step into the unknown with trust. The signs won't tell you everything, they don't work like maps. But they will light the next step, and that's all you ever need. During this portal, synchronicities will intensify not to confuse you, but to realign you. Pay attention. The breadcrumbs are leading you toward your next chapter. The silent test of April's end. There's a test unfolding right now, but it's not the kind you can prepare for with a study guide or spiritual checklist. It's silent, invisible, subtle, and it's testing your energy, not your performance. The question being asked by the universe is simple. How do you behave when it feels like nothing is happening? Do you panic? Do you chase validation or force outcomes? Or do you lean into trust, faith, and inner peace? This is the soul's exam, the kind that determines not just what you're ready to receive, but who you're becoming while you wait. So many people break down in moments of stillness, mistaking spiritual silence for abandonment. But those who pass this test understand the truth. The pause is not punishment. It's protection. It's the universe creating room for something greater than what you would have settled for. April's end is not about action, it's about awareness. The universe is watching your smallest reactions more than your biggest moves. Are you holding your frequency, even when the evidence isn't there yet? Are you embodying who you claim to be, even when the outcome is uncertain. If you can stay grounded during the quiet, you'll be unshakable when the momentum returns. Energy absorption and transmission. During high-frequency portals, your energetic sensitivity is heightened. You're not just experiencing your own emotions, you're absorbing the moods, projections, and vibrations of others like spiritual Velcro. You may find yourself suddenly exhausted after being in a crowd, overwhelmed by someone else's anger, or inexplicably anxious without knowing why. This isn't just emotional sensitivity, it's energetic absorption. And during April's end, this sensitivity reaches its peak. You're acting as both a receiver and a transmitter, which means you're not only soaking in energy, you're also sending it out. What you carry within is being broadcast to the world. This is why intentionality matters so deeply right now. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you silently affirming to yourself and others? Because whether you realize it or not, your energy is influencing your reality and the realities of those around you. If you walk into May carrying resentment, doubt, or fear, you'll project that into every room you enter and every dream you chase. But if you choose to anchor into peace, clarity, and belief, even amid uncertainty, you become a walking frequency upgrade. You have the power not just to shift your own life, but to elevate the collective. Protect your energy and, more importantly, program it with intention. April's quiet ending is a disguised beginning. What if this whole time, what felt like an ending was actually the divine setup for your beginning? The quiet that has lingered through the final days of April isn't an indication of finality, it's the concealed prelude to a rebirth. The silence was never the conclusion. It was the gestation, the moment in the womb before the miracle of birth. If April felt slow, disconnected, or energetically murky, that's because something immense was preparing itself behind the scenes. The universe has been rearranging the unseen so that your outer world can finally catch up with your inner evolution. May isn't arriving to restart the same chapter, it's here to turn the page completely. The energy that follows this portal will move faster, feel clearer, and reward those who stayed grounded during the hush. But it will also require a new level of embodiment. You cannot carry the old identity into the new vibration. You cannot manifest miracles with a mindset shaped by limitation. This ending was never about stopping, it was about starting from a higher place. Trust that where you're going next has already been written. You just needed to pause long enough to hear the opening line of the next chapter. Closing and calling to action. If you felt the pulse of this message deep in your chest, if your spirit whispered yes to any part of what was shared, then you're not alone. You're part of a powerful collective waking up during this portal. April's end has tested your patience, stretched your faith, and sharpened your intuition, and now May is asking you to step into who you've become. But this transformation is not meant to be carried alone. Share your signs, your synchronicities, your confirmations in the comments. Let others know they're not the only ones feeling this shift. Because when we share, we strengthen the field, and that ripple of energy is what changes the world. If this resonates with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. There's more to come, more downloads, more energetic portals, more spiritual insight to help you navigate this incredible journey. Your story matters. Your energy matters. And your alignment is everything. So as you move into May, stay open, stay grounded, and remember, this isn't the end. It's the beginning you've been waiting for. And you are exactly where you're meant to be.